When I was in high school, carts and pens were brand new to everybody. Nobody really knew anything about them except the people making them. And looking back, those carts were probably filled with the most important chemicals you could put in your body, but nobody cared because we were absolutely geeked. We would smoke literally anything. I remember my first cart ever. It was a 510, and I didn't even have a real battery. I was using a box mod with the voltage turned all the way down. The cart came in a little plastic tube with a sticker on it that said green crack. That alone was pretty bad, but the way I got it was even worse. I literally waited in an abandoned Walmart parking lot after dark for like an hour just to get a vial of mystery goo called green crack. But now that you get that my generation would smoke just about anything, let me actually get into the story. This takes place around 2017, and at this point, carts were pretty much fake as fuck. Brass knuckles and dank vapes had just gotten taken off the market, and suddenly there was this brand new wave of carts modeled after streetwear brands like Supreme and Off-White. So I'm in history class one day and we're watching a movie, and this teacher always had the lights off during movies, so it was basically a perfect setup for what was about to happen. I'm sitting there watching the movie when all of a sudden I hear this girl behind me trying to get my attention. I turn around and I see this girl, who I'll call Alyssa, motioning for me to come sit next to her. There were a couple of empty seats, so of course I didn't waste any time and I moved right to the back of the class. As soon as I sit down, she pulls out the fakest cart I've ever seen in my life. To this day, I still have no idea what was in that thing. It was an Off-White cart, which, if you didn't know, was 100% fake. So Alyssa hands it to me, and now at this point I had a low tolerance and I'm in the middle of class, but there's no way I'm about to turn down shawty like that. So I absolutely ripped the fuck out of the cart. I had to ghost it too, so there wasn't a giant cloud hanging in the air. About 10 minutes goes by and I'm sitting there quietly dry heaving, trying to get myself together, and weirdly enough, I don't really feel anything yet. At this stage, I was super aware of how being cooked felt since it was still new to me. So I'm sitting there kind of confused. Class ended a few minutes later and I get up to go to lunch. Now, to get to the cafeteria, I had to walk down this long hallway, but it's a straight shot there. And this is kind of where things started to fall apart for me. I'm walking and I look to my left and my friend Gianna she just kind of like spawned in. We were cool, so it wasn't weird that she was there, but she wasn't there a second ago. But I brush it off and I keep walking. But then I get this feeling that I've been walking down this hallway for like a long time, to the point where I turn to her and I go, "How long have we been walking?" Because in my head, we should have been in the cafeteria already. And the look that she gave me, I don't know if she hit the same booth that I did or if I just looked completely fried, but her reaction was so weird that it sent me straight into a panic attack. Instant fight or flight. And I completely ditched lunch and I go to the one place in the school where I knew I could tweak in peace, which was stagecraft. I don't know if every school had one of these classes, but stagecraft was basically where you made props for school plays, but nobody was really there for that. The teacher, bro, was an absolute legend. Big beard, low-key racist, but he was like cool as hell. He would literally let you hit your pens in class as long as he could hit it too if he asked. I show up to his classroom absolutely just blitzed. It's like noon, my eyes are like red as shit, and he takes one look at me and goes, "What did you smoke?" I try to explain it to him, but my tongue starts to feel weird, and then I can barely like talk, and I start seeing like trails. And at that point, I knew whatever was in that cart was not what was supposed to be in that cart, bro. Luckily, he had a couch in the back, so I just kind of collapsed on it and tried to ride out like the next few periods. Honestly, after a while, it wasn't even that bad. A few of my friends came in and saw me in like fetal position on the couch, and then like everything after that was kind of a blur. I do remember one thing though. I had this insane urge to move around at some point. Like, I could not sit still. But with the school resource officers walking around, I couldn't exactly just wander the halls tweaking. So I went to the bathroom. On the way there, everything had like this yellow tint. And that used to happen a lot with these fake carts. Either everything looked like piss yellow or like weirdly nostalgic and like saturated. It's hard to explain, but like I almost never get that now with carts that I get from like modern dispensaries. It was strictly just the fake carts back then. So I get to the bathroom and I look in the mirror and there is not a single ounce of white left in my eyes. Just completely red. I cannot stress how bad it looked. And for some reason, my brain decides that the best possible reaction to the situation is to start dancing. I don't know what came over me. Bro, I just started breaking it down. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So I'm alone in a school bathroom, absolutely fried, just dancing. Looking back, it sounds like a terrible experience, but those fake carts used to get me so fried, I'd probably still hit it to this day. I can't lie, if I'm being honest. But realistically, years of hitting counterfeit carts has already taken a toll on my health. I'm lucky I didn't really end up with something worse. So yeah, be careful with what you're smoking. Careful who you get it from. That's the story. I basically kind of just came down after that. It was a hard crash. Like I was just really tired, but nothing really happened after that. I just kind of knocked out. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers so I can get monetized on this channel. So it would be kind of cool of you if you could just hit subscribe. It like takes a second and it's like free and whatnot.